It's that time of year where Apple announces new tech like the iPhones, Apple Watch, Apple AirPod Maxes, and so much more. And my reaction is, meh. I mean, don't get me wrong. Apple did a phenomenal job promoting the event as they do every single year with this year's Glow Time keynote. And the big emphasis, not only on the phones and the tech and the products, was Apple Intelligence. And I've gone on record on this channel saying that my favorite thing about Apple is not necessarily the gear, it's not necessarily the phones or anything like that they make. It's the stuff that makes this stuff work, like iOS and their applications like Apple Fitness, Apple Music, Apple TV Plus, etc., etc. These are the things about the company that I like more so than the products. The products are great. The products let me do stuff like this. I'm filming on a MacBook Air right now. But it's the software, it's the programs that brings me into the Apple ecosystem. And so that's why I thought this keynote was very, very interesting, and I'll tell you why. Let's start off with the big product, the iPhone 16 Pro. And my immediate reaction to the iPhone 16 Pro has been mixed. Nothing much has changed. You get a new camera control feature that's not necessarily a button, it's a haptic feedback thing that controls the ability for you to zoom in, zoom out, pick which lens you want to work with, etc., etc. Basically making it that much easier to take a photo or take some video. And some huge emphasis was on video and photography with this year's keynote for the iPhone 16 Pros. But if we're talking leaps as far as the actual phones go, from an iPhone 14 Pro to an iPhone 15 Pro to an iPhone 16 Pro, I don't really quite see the difference. Yes, you got the action button with the 15 Pro, you got some better camera capabilities with the 15 Pro, and now you're gonna get a new button and more camera capabilities in the 16 Pro. It doesn't necessarily make it a must-have device, at least in my opinion. And that's why it's really interesting to me that the first thing under iPhone 16 Pro, the tagline is, "Hello, Apple Intelligence." Apple is not necessarily pushing the phone per se. Yes, you'll have new titanium colors, slimmer bezels, longer battery life. Every iPhone gets better and better battery life as the technology gets better, and the phones in this case are a little bit bigger as well. But what's really the emphasis is Apple Intelligence. Being able to incorporate Siri into everything you do. The example that they showed was, when is my mom's flight landing? Siri goes into your emails, your flight information, and gets it from there. Another example is, you're walking down the street, you see a restaurant you want some information on. Instead of just typing it in, you take a picture and it'll pull up Yelp, and you can get all the information you want from Yelp right there. Apple Intelligence will also allow you to create your own emojis or images, things that you could do with services like Canva, ChatGPT 4, and others. It'll also allow you to take something that you've written and make it sound more professional, sound more friendly. Apple Intelligence will help you do that as well, something that, again, services like ChatGPT and others have been doing for quite some time. There's this huge emphasis on Apple Intelligence because it's the new sexy thing that Apple is really, really pushing. But what's interesting to me is, in promoting the 16 Pro, again, they are highlighting the phone in the new colors, but more so they're talking about Apple Intelligence. Why? Because Apple Intelligence is only available on iPhone 15 Pro and on. And because Apple just released a brand new phone, guess which phone you can't buy from Apple anymore? The iPhone 15 Pro. You can buy the iPhone 15, but Apple Intelligence won't work on the 15. You'll need to get a 15 Pro or above. So in essence, this makes now the iPhone 16 and 16 Pro must-have phones if you're interested in the Apple Intelligence stuff. The iPhone 16 Pro starts at $999, and it includes the ability to film 4K 120 frames per second in Dolby Vision video, which is a really cool feature to have. Again, these phones are turning more and more into like the all-in-one audio and video recording devices, specifically video recording devices. And in the world of TikTok and social media, where we're creating reels and shorts all the time, why not make your videos look as good as possible, even though these services highly degrade your video footage once it gets uploaded onto their end and then shoots it out to the consumer, right? So do you necessarily need 4K 120 frames per second in Dolby Vision video if you're making shorts and reels and TikTok content? Probably not. Is it nice to have if you're creating professional content? Absolutely. So the quality of the cameras already is good. And if Apple is promoting that they're making even better cameras with even better camera control in the iPhone 16 Pro, then for a professional who films on a regular basis or is making content that is video based on a regular basis, absolutely, I think upgrading is a nice to have. The 16 got upgraded as well. The cameras got moved into a vertical design. It looks really cool. I love the colors, by the way. I think the colors look great. My favorite is this teal color right here, and that might just be because I'm a Miami Dolphins fan, but I love this color. This and the purple right next to one another are my two favorites. This purple, or ultramarine, I guess it's called, is super dope. But this teal is next level. I absolutely love that. The pink actually looks really good as well. And then you got your standard white, and then you got your standard black as well. Those look really clean as well with the updated iOS that lets you change the color of the icons to match the color of your phone and all that kind of stuff. But in all seriousness, what does it matter if you're gonna put a case on your iPhone anyways, like I do, because you drop your iPhone all the time and you don't want it to break. And granted, they make these phones to be more durable, but I don't trust myself, and I'm not trusting myself with a $1,000 phone to just fall out of my hands and break and I'm SOL. So case it is. Okay, so with that being said though, the colors are really, really nice. I think one of my favorite features from Apple Intelligence is the ability to have Siri actually explain how to do something with your device. This is going to be a lifesaver for me as someone who has family members who calls him all the time for technical support on how to do things on an iPhone. Having the ability for the phone to say, hey, if you want to delete duplicate photos on your phone, this is how you do it. If you want to send messages in a certain way, this is how you do it. This is a great feature to have, something that I wish Apple had introduced earlier. This is a huge perk that I'm absolutely a fan of. Apple Watch got an update with Series 10. It's the thinnest watch that they make with the biggest display on a regular Apple Watch, not an Apple Watch Ultra. The thing that entices me about this particular watch is the inclusion of the sleep apnea notifications. I know a lot of folks who could benefit from that, maybe even myself included, who might not know that they have sleep apnea. And if you wake up in the morning and you get a notification that, hey, you might have sleep apnea, it's something that you can get checked and could potentially save your life in the future. I personally have the Apple Watch SE. It's super durable. I've actually been really happy with it. So I have the cheapest Apple Watch that they make, and it has been a great experience for me so far. But I will say that the update that they made to the Apple Watch Ultra might entice me to come back, because oh my goodness, look at this. This is a thing of beauty. It's in black with that band and that UI on the face there with the light blue, the white, and the black. This is absolutely gorgeous, and I want it now. Like, I want it right now. It's important to note that it's an extra $100 if you want it with that black titanium band. It's a $900 watch as opposed to an $800 watch. So keep that in mind if you want to go for the combination that they're promoting. AirPods 4 get an update, which is always really nice. AirPods Pro 2 are going to get a free software update where you will actually be able to test and aid and help protect your hearing. They say that in essence, you can turn the AirPods Pro into hearing aids. And that's a very interesting concept to me. It's actually quite genius, because these are something that, you know, almost everyone has a pair of these lying around somewhere. And if they can help someone who has hearing issues or anything like that, why not? That's actually a great feature to have. And to have it be a free software update is very un-Apple of them, but I appreciate them for doing it. AirPods Max get an update with 5 new colors and the ability to charge via USB-C. Finally, you don't have to put the headphones into the purse-like case in order to charge it. You can actually charge it directly into USB-C like every other headphone in the world. Apple, always a little late to the game, but I appreciate you for trying. It doesn't seem like anything is changing as far as the overall sound quality of the headphones go. They do sound quite nice, and their noise cancellation is next level. So, new AirPod Maxes. And that wraps up everything that happened in the Apple Glow Time keynote in September of 2024. iPhone 16 Pro, iPhone 16, the camera control button that you see right there. 7 Pro lenses that you can shoot from 48 megapixel ultra wide all the way to a 5x telephoto. The ability to film in 4K 120 frames per second in cinematic mode, using Apple Intelligence to change the tone of an email. The brand new Apple Watch 10 with their new colors and it being in titanium, a bigger screen as well for the regular Apple Watches, and the ability to track sleep apnea notifications. The absolutely beautiful Apple Watch Ultra 2, my absolute favorite thing. I geeked out when they announced this. AirPods 4 getting an update, AirPod Max is getting new colors and the ability to charge via USB-C, and so much more. If you're excited about anything that Apple dropped today, let me know what it is in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.